there! Welcome to Show and Tell. This is our internet venue where we converse with the artists, the characters, the talents of the Seacoast, New Hampshire area and beyond. I'm Joseph K. Murphy. I'm your host. And today I have an artist, a character, a man among men. He is the creative force behind the music project Almanac Mountain. And, got a little photography business. He's a mixologist. He's got a bunch of stuff. We're going to talk about all that stuff in just a moment. So, strap in, strap on, something like that. Let's go. Sometimes. Yeah. Hey. Welcome back. I was just having a little conversation, as we do.
A little tete-a-tete.
This is Chris Cote.
Thank you. Wow. Sorry.
That's okay. Not professional here.
Damage the equipment too much.
What's going on, man? How
Not
you
much.
doing?
Enjoying my Sunday.
Yeah, it's a... Oh, shh. Don't tell him it's a...
Sorry. Enjoying my random day.
Yeah. Sunday's the Lord's Day.
Oh, you're not supposed to produce variety shows on the Lord's Day?
Is this a variety show?
I don't know. Could be.
Man, I have a lot to talk to you about, actually.
Okay. Let's do it.
Man, I got all kinds of notes. Let's talk about, you're a musician. You're a great musician. I love your stuff.
I'll take the first part there.
Almanac Mountain.
That's right.
Where'd the name come from?
Almanac Mountain is a mountain across from a camp that my family has up in Lakeville, Maine, which is about 4.5 hours from here.
Oh, really?
And, the project began as a very sort of nature-centric kind of thing, sort of meditative music. It was meant to sort of, commune with the natural world or whatever.
Was this something that you purposely, I need to make some meditative music? Were you in a meditative mode?
I was, yeah. About around 2010, I'd sort of started writing lyrics that were sort of about the human connection to nature. And I wanted the music to have a sort of meditative quality. And I've always been into psychedelic music, and so, bring those elements in there too. So that was the project. I released an EP called "When in Nature," and that was Almanac Mountain. Almanac Mountain, "When in Nature" was what the idea was. And then I just sort of went with it, and the project has evolved and covered different themes. As it's sort of progressed, and I've just finished my third full-length album.
Yes. Let's talk about, so that was your first album. In the middle here, your second album, that's available.
So Many Seas, yep, it's available on CD and download, digital.
Yes, on Bandcamp, correct?
Yes.
I want to make sure all this gets in, because you need to check this stuff out. This is the viewers are here.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, viewers.
Hi, viewers.
Yeah, you should definitely check this stuff out. almanacmountain.bandcamp.com.
Or almanacmountain.com just points to it, and then it becomes Almanac Mountain.
He's a pro.
If you just Google Almanac Mountain, that first hit,
So
those Google crawlers, I tell you, they do a bang up job.
And your third release, which is pretty cool. Check this out. It's on vinyl. It's vinyl only. Well, I mean, digital.
Vinyl and digital.
Yeah. No CD. It's 2016.
I was the reason that I was able to get that done was because I did a crowdfunding thing, right. And it just seemed, I don't know, there's a certain amount of vanity, I guess, that went into that. I wanted to put out a vinyl release, and I did, and fortunately I had enough people pre-buy it so that I could pay for it.
Thank you, Internet.
Exactly.
Those same people right there.
Right.
I thanked them for you. Sorry.
Thank you.
Oh, boy. Let's move on.
You can thank people on my behalf. It's fine.
Thanks, man. Hey, so that album, so it started out as like a meditative kind of
very nature-centric thing. Yeah.
How has your songwriting developed or evolved over this time in regards to Almanac Mountain?
Well, I started off as a a quill pen composer, if you will, composing and notes and all that stuff, and a lot of composing at the piano. And then around 2005 I got into acoustic guitar and started playing that and learning that, and got into writing songs for based on the acoustic guitar. And of course I would still build around that because I do like sort of larger production.
Weird stuff.
But I started to miss, it's a very different approach for me, composing at the piano versus guitar, which I guess makes sense.
Certainly.
But I had sort of started to miss that. It took forever to finish Almanac Mountain is in Like With You, which was my third. It just the steam sort of started to run out for writing acoustic guitar-based stuff.
There's only so much you can do.
And I approached the piano again.
How many frets can you put that capo
right,
on?
Yeah, exactly. And I was a heavy
8 frets
capo
cool.
user.
Oh yeah, you were. I didn't mean that as a sorry anybody that uses capos.
Well, no, it's whatever. I don't judge.
I do.
But anyway, so I approached the piano again to compose, and lots of new stuff started to come out. And I don't know, I couldn't really say how it's different from earlier stuff compositionally. I'm not sure. It's just, it started off in the piano. There's still a lot of large orchestration in the recordings, and
strings.
Yes, no analog strings. It's all like string samples, synthesizers, things like that.
November Rain style.
Right, yeah. Big GNR influence. Not really.
A little bit.
So, and thematically, it's very different. It's sort of moved away from it's sort of the opposite of One in Nature. It's sort of the perverted look at the sort of, how technology and culture has sort of how we've gotten away from that. From that sort of connection to nature.
Do you not like technology?
I do like technology, but I feel like the promise of what technology could do for us and was going to do for us, that was in the 80s, has really been sort of squandered, I think, and we don't. Technology kind of doesn't work for us as much as we sort of work for technology. It's made things. I don't know. I haven't prepared all my thoughts for that, but I mean. Sorry.
I blindsided you.
It's, there was a lot of promise of, we could take technology and it would elevate us as a culture, as a species even, and we've almost sort of acquiesced to it, to how it fits into our lives, and we're sort of, I think, in danger of almost enslaving ourselves to technology.
You are a bitter man.
I'm cynical.
I'm kidding.
I'm cynical, but I'm hopeful.
You still record digitally?
I do. It's a digital recording.
I understand where you're coming from.
Right. And it's not every facet of technology, but I think things like, I take on in a few places, mobile technology and
like Pokemon Go?
And the sort of, there's a song in the album called Our Terms, and it sort of addresses how computing, so much of you have to create accounts with everybody. You sort of we're starting to become owned by technology instead of owning it ourselves, and I don't know, it's kind of scary.
Are you John Connor?
This is really just the beginning of a long move towards
What's the new album?
Producing the next Terminator movie, I guess.
I love it. What's the new album name? Do you have
Cryptoseismology.
Whoa!
Well, it's a word
the last one is In Like With You, and I got it.
Cryptoseismology, I kind of made the word up, but it comes from, the Latin crypto meaning hidden or secret, and seismology being the study of like quakes and things. So it's sort of like the secret hidden quakes, or sort of like things that we're not noticing that are changing the fabric of contemporary life, I guess. And not in just a bad way, but also in a good way. The ways that we can secretly and quietly subvert things, to.
I am super excited about this.
It's dense. I can't even handle it.
Are you glad to have it?
Kills my brain.
Are you glad to have it out of your brain.
Yeah, I
out of
am.
your
I'm
brain.
glad. I am glad to have it out of my brain
That's
and
good.
feel like that I have a statement that I've somewhat managed to rein in, because I'm very bad at that, because I mean, if you listen to a lot of my other albums, they're very sort of thematically, they jump around a lot, and
Yeah.
I have a tendency to do that because I have a hard time focusing ideas.
Speaking of that, you're good at everything you do.
No, I'm not.
Why?
Maybe I've just got too much time on my hands. I don't know.
Fair enough. Have you been mixing drinks? He's a mixologist.
It remains a hobby. It's not something I do for.
Photography's going well.
Photography is
You
going
didn't want
well.
to talk about that too much.
Well,
but
no, it's fine. I have a small business photography studio that I run out of Hampton.
right. That's where your studio is.
I do photography for businesses.
Yeah.
I do corporate headshots, and I do real estate photography, and I shoot facilities for different companies, and it's a good niche that I've found, because I used to do weddings and lifestyle photography stuff, and that market became really saturated, and it's just
Totally.
it's not my personality to
Because of
be sort
technology.
of to be a wedding photographer and be a lifestyle photographer, a family portrait photographer, for instance. You have to have a sort of like, all right, everybody, you got to kind of be like a cheerleader kind of for things. You got to kind of. I just want to go. I like dealing with business people, because it's very direct and very matter of fact, and you don't have to coddle anybody. And you're just like, all right, I'm going to do this work, and it's very straightforward transaction, and I prefer that.
Yeah.
So
That's photography.
so
we've gone through music, photography, mixology.
But I mean, everybody's got hobbies.
You
know?
cook.
I love cooking. Cooking is really,
You're good at cooking.
like I said, going back to my scattered brain, which when I need to just focus my head, and keep it
I do that
from
too.
going crazy. Get me in the kitchen, and everything's
We
just
should
sort
be
of
friends.
I know. We should be kitchen buddies. That should be a new show. Another show for your channel.
You also have a show, don't you? Are you still doing your show?
I haven't produced a show for it in a while.
We'll talk about that in another episode.
Yeah.
How are we doing on time? I think we're about. Well, my director is telling me that we're out
It
of.
seems a little bit indifferent towards it. Whatever.
Thank you for stopping by. Show
Thank
and
you.
tell.
My
This will be
pleasure.
episode number 2.
All right.
I'm gonna have you on again because there's so much to talk about,
It's fun.
and I
Yeah.
love you.
I love you too. Mwah.